AskReddit by Marvel Enthusiast 09. It's been 4 years since the shutdown. How has it affected your life? My sense of time of the last few years is wonky AF. 2018 was just a couple years ago, right? Right. In a weird way, it saved my life. Pushed me to a breaking point where I couldn't avoid what I was running from anymore, and the time and solitude gave me the space I needed to start actually healing. Relatable. It pushed me out of a several-year-long slump and forced me to address a few things, still far from perfect but in a much better place. I am largely indoors anyway due to numerous health issues including ME, so I miss being able to spend all that time with my partner in lockdown. However, it feels like those 4 years sorta didn't happen. Like I didn't age for those years, and now I'll be 29 this year and it makes me feel old. Plus everyone else going back to their lives has made it glaringly obvious that at 28 I barely do anything because I'm ill and it's getting to me. My parents are also affected badly by long COVID, which upsets me. I feel you with feeling old. We started the pandemic lockdowns at 23 and everything opened back up while we were approaching 30. We missed our prime years to lockdown. I'm 28 and honestly still feel like I'm 25 with the stage of my life I'm in. I am genuinely an entire different person. For your sake, I hope for the better. In 2020 I weighed 335 pounds and had type 2 diabetes and a minor arterial blockage. I was a prime candidate for death by COVID. I decided that I had to make a change and began dieting and lost 70 pounds in 2 years. I started exercising and have lost an additional 30 pounds. I no longer have any symptoms of diabetes and no longer require medical treatment for it. My heart is stronger than it has been in 20 years. I go to the gym 6 days a week and I'm hooked on my new lifestyle. COVID saved my life. I'm so happy for you. You rock. I got fired from my shitty call center job. Fortunately I was able to collect unemployment while finishing my degree. The unemployment was more than my full-time pay. When I graduated I tripled my pay and make over 6 figs. Thanks for firing me. My gut hasn't been sane since it all started. What do you mean by that? I've been having stomach issues for the past couple of years but I never collated it with COVID. A girl I felt was my soulmate reached out during lockdown to ask me some legal questions. We got married 3 weeks ago. Congratulations, you two lovebirds. I wish the best for ya. Fucked it up quite a lot. Destroyed my physical and mental health, ended most of my personal relationships, fucked my finances and taken away 4 years of what was supposed to be the best years of my life. Felt that. I'm still dealing with the aftermath as well. My mental health severely declined. Same. Don't think it's COVID shutdown related but in general. Had to change lifestyle and mentally I'm just on shutdown. I lost the best job I ever had. You're not the only one. Crushed dreams for sure. I wish I could say things got remotely better, but 4 years later, not even close. I was never shut down. Pay twice as much for groceries. That's pretty much it. I was the same. COVID was a thing that happened elsewhere. Sure, my state shut its borders to the rest of the country but I never had any lockdowns or restrictions, including masks within my state's borders. The only effect was masks being mandatory on flights due to the federal government. Wife almost died from COVID. We both quit our jobs and here we are 4 years later making more money both working remotely. The shutdown made me realize what was important. What do you guys do? I'm broke AF. Lost a job that I had had for 13 years. I had been going to school part-time and planned to leave one day, but just lost it. Also had a fight with a best friend right before lockdown and things have never been back to normal since. It's been a roller coaster ever since. Well, I got long COVID and half the population doesn't even believe it exists. Lucky bastards. Same. Luckily I got better after the 1.5 year mark. Don't lose hope. I'm still dealing with some issues, but I'm far better now. I'm more introverted, I've become extremely antisocial, and I have developed extreme anxiety around people. I'm honestly still processing it all. It was a huge trauma for everyone. I noticed since that people do not want to be social as before, and I don't see family or friends as much as I would have. It's like we got used to it. The internet and real life have changed places again in my life. Growing up, real life was stressful and the internet was fun. Now the internet is stressful and I use real life to get away. Camping became hugely popular here in Ontario, where we had some of the worst lockdowns in North America, and the bicycle very quickly became the de facto method of travel for transit users not in a position to buy a car. I learned so much about myself pushing my boundaries on bike, hike, and canoe trips, and it turns out I'm a lot more capable than I thought. Having outdoor activities be the only way of socializing meant doing things that I would have never been invited to or interested in doing previously. I miss lockdown terribly. It's crazy how much I miss lockdown traffic and lockdown people in general. I have found I'm not as quick to go to concerts and such anymore. We made a backyard oasis and love staying at home. It's changed me completely. In 2020 I lost my uncle to a guy who was texting and driving, and he hit my uncle who was driving his motorcycle. Killed him instantly. This guy was my rock, and when I got the news a part of me changed that day. I've since tried to go back to the old me, but I never will. The guy who killed him got 90 days in jail and now walks as a free man. The world is cold and I miss my uncle every day. I saw a side to humanity that changed me forever. Lost my religion, lost my belief that all people are well intentioned. These experiences really changed and derailed me. It was good in a lot of ways. I'm less naive now. Truthfully, I wish I could go back. My mental health was a lot better. My little cousin died during it. She was only 30, so I'd say my life is pretty fucking affected. Sorry for your loss. Was an essential worker at a shit show of a place. Drank a ton. Gained 20 pounds. Dad died. Lost 80 pounds. Got sober. Happiest I have ever been is now. It's interesting. I struggle to convince friends to come out more than before. That may be due to family commitments, but I think COVID made hermits of us all. I'll save the inflation discussion for someone else. 100% agree with the hermit thing. Everyone became a lot more comfortable with spending time alone, and everything is online now. Pushed me to breaking point. Still dealing with so many after effects, for example rental crisis, insane cost of living, etc. The mental load hasn't eased, went from the pandemic and shutdown into more shit with the economy.